Welcome to the Complete Fitness Podcast with Core for Complete Fitness. Your episode is starting in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, peoples. Happy post-Christmas time, the last week of 2022. Scary to say. Like always, everybody, before we dive into everything today, if you could please subscribe to the Complete Fitness Podcast on all available platforms by now. It'll help us spread the message and share this with whoever you think needs it. Friends, family, if anybody needs help, if we have helped you in any way, if you could please share it. Share it on social media, text it, whatever works for you. And it will be eternally grateful, and we'll help or keep growing this thing with the help through you guys. And like always, our sponsor is ourselves, core4supplements.com. If you guys need any supplements at all, head to it. We have whey protein. I'm not just saying it because it's ours. It really is the best whey protein I've ever had. We have vegan protein, fat burners. We got pre-workout. We got green supplements. We got gummies. We got everything under the sun. So if you guys need anything at all, head to core4supplements.com. And if you use the code word podcast, you'll save 10% off your entire order. And if you spend over $100, you get free shipping on everything. So today, the last official podcast of 2022, I wanted to talk about how to go into 2023 without making the same mistakes. Excuse me, I had to take a drink of water. I've told you guys before, I'm not a big fan of resolutions. I know people do them, but the failure rate is huge. They said, I think it was 90 or 92% of resolutions actually fail. So you have a whopping 8% that actually do anything or move the needle from point A to point B. So you're setting yourself up for failure. And generally what people do when they start the new year is they go, I have all these huge goals I want to hit, but nobody actually figures out a plan on how to get to those goals. So it's great saying, I want to make X amount of money, or I want to lose X amount of pounds, or I want to fit into this dress or this pant size. But if you don't have a map to get there, you're going to do the same thing that you always do year in and year out, where you lose a couple pounds maybe for the first week, and then something catastrophic or something crazy happens, or you have a stressed out week, and then all of a sudden it's a complete disaster. And then the wheels begin to fall off. So what I mean by that is you have to not just plan for when things are smooth or things are going good. You have to also plan for the other side of the coin. There's going to be more days that don't work out in your favor, where things come up, than there are everything just falls in harmony and the birds are chirping. So you really have to go, if I'm going to do this, whatever you want your goals are, if it's to lose weight, if it's to, anything, you have to go, can I do this day in, day out, when days are good, when days are bad? Is this something that I can chip in? And the good thing, not to keep plugging us away, but with our workouts, they're 30 minutes. So you get in and out super quick. They're tough. They're higher intensity. But mentally, I know, okay, 30 minutes, I can fit this into pretty much or almost everybody's day. To bang it out in 30 minutes, you'll be back home in under an hour. So you can literally go home, go to the gym, work out, get back home, shower, and do everything in under 60 minutes. If it's the other way around and you're like, hey, am I going to be able to work out for an hour, hour and a half, come back home, make dinner, cook for the kids, shower? That's a big part of your day. So obviously it might work once or twice during the week, but the odds that you're going to be able to put aside 3-4 hours a day for yourself isn't that feasible, which is fine. So you have to find what actually works for you. For some people, maybe they can work out for an hour, hour and a half a day. For others, maybe they can't, and they go, I got to find kind of something that works for me. But in order to do that, you got to find something that's going to obviously work, good days, bad days, and everything in between to plug into your lifestyle. And get specific on what you want to accomplish, right? So saying I want to lose weight, saying you maybe want to make more money, saying that you want to, get a new car or fix the deck or whatever it is, you're kind of just spitballing this idea out into the universe. But again, you're not giving yourself a plan on how to get there. What I mean by that is, what kind of deck do you want to build? Is it going to be a Trex deck or is it going to be made out of wood? How big do you want it to be? You want to make more money. What does that mean to you? Is that an extra $10 a month, or is it an extra $100 a month, or $1,000 a month? You want to lose weight. How much weight do you want to lose? Is it 25 pounds? Is it 50 pounds? Is it 75 pounds? Once you have that goal in mind, whether it's the deck, whether it's money, whether it's your fitness, kind of reverse engineer that. So if you say, okay, I need to lose 50 pounds in a year, let's say, work backwards and say, what do I need to lose, let's say, per quarter? So, we'll call it 100 pounds just to make the math easy. That's 25 pounds every 3 months. Break that down into weeks after that. So you're taking this big, huge picture, right, of let's say 100 pounds. Oh, this is super big mountain to climb, eating the elephant analogy. You got to start somewhere. But I mean, if you take a week off, if you have a bad week, a crazy week, it's really hard to keep yourself on track because you go, I got 96, 97 pounds to go. I'll get around to it later. So take that big, grandiose number, maybe let's say 100 pounds over the year, and break it up, like I said, into those quarters. From those quarters, you break it down into weeks. And then from those weeks, you go, okay, this week, all I have to worry about is just losing, let's say, 2 pounds or 3 pounds. And then you check that off the list. And next week you do it again. Okay, I have to lose 2 more pounds, and then 2 more pounds, and then 2 more pounds. There's people that do this in terms of finance and hitting their goals. Everybody says they want to have, $1 million year, whatever that is. And they look and they're like, oh, it's this big, huge, gaudy number. But if you break it down and, okay, what are the sales I need to make every single day to hit this $1 million milestone? It makes it that much easier. And it takes it away from, how am I going to get this? We have a crazy month, a busy month, a slow month, to I just have to stay consistent over the course of time. And I have to hit X every single day or every single week. And ultimately, that's how you move the needle. It's not going, 100 miles an hour for 1 week, take the foot off the pedal the next week, 100 miles an hour the next week. It's just chipping away, chipping away, chipping away. But you have to give yourself a goal, a specific goal, a written down goal. Otherwise, if you're just saying, I want to lose weight, I want to be healthy, those are all very, very vague terms. I took a bunch of notes for this one. In terms of, your diet, same thing. This is a big one going into 2023. Everybody says they want to get healthy, they want to get in shape, and they go, I'm going to cut out all sugar. I'm going to cut out processed foods. I'm going to cut out carbohydrates. All that stuff is great, which you should be doing. There's also sort of a time and place for it. Like I just touched on before, where I said people tend to go 100 miles in one direction and then 100 miles immediately in the opposite direction. 100 miles in one direction, 100 miles in the opposite direction. You do that enough, your body's going, what the heck is going on? I'm either always 2 feet in or 2 feet out. So instead, if you're an individual that's like, look, we have date nights on Friday or Saturday we take the kids out to pizza. That's my one special thing that we get to do as a family. Plan that into what you are doing. And it's okay to be like, X diet is just not going to work for me. So I have something that I have to kind of figure out in terms of what am I going to eat? What am I going to follow? And if it means that you're really, really good Monday through Sunday, but on Saturday night you go have pizza, that's okay, because 99% of the time you were doing fantastic. But generally speaking, when people start a diet or any kind of nutrition program, they tend to go, again, 100 miles an hour, one direction. And then something happens. They have a bad day. They're stressed out and they go, screw it all. I'm going to eat, binge. They feel like absolute crap for the next 2 or 3 days. They're mad at themselves. And then they do it again. Okay, this time's going to be different. I'm cutting out all this stuff. Instead of just saying, what can I do consistently every single week that's going to keep me healthy? And that doesn't mean you can't enjoy yourself. That doesn't mean you can never have a cookie. That doesn't mean you can never have a piece of chocolate, but it means you got to find some balance or some harmony with what you're doing. So plan how you're going to live basically that nutrition plan out according to how you live your life. Again, if that means you're going to work around date night Saturday, then that's fine. If you know Wednesday is your movie night and you guys have, some popcorn to split, then that's okay too. But that means Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, you got to be on your P's and Q's to make up for it. So it's all about balance, guys. It's not one extreme or the other. It's how do I fit this in, day out, to ultimately make this a part of my life. And that's ultimately how you become healthy for the rest of your life, not just for a day or two or a week or two or a couple months. And then in terms of starting at the gym, what are you going to be doing? People come in and, at least for our sake, again, we're the best gym on planet Earth, so I'm just going to keep talking about us. But we write everything out for you guys, which is great. All you have to do is just show up. The workouts are pre-written for you. You just have to kind of put your body through the motions, push yourself, and we'll take care of business on our end. But for a lot of the gyms, kind of like the Globo gyms, you get access to their machines and people walk in and they're like, holy shit, there's 75 different things for me to do. What am I supposed to do today? What am I supposed to do tomorrow? What do I do the next day? So no matter what, make sure you have a plan. And if it means, you have to hire a coach for a month to work with just to go, hey, I'll show you the ropes. Let this get you through for the next 3-6 months, and then we'll kind of switch something up. But a lot of people will start off going to the gym, and it's just that. They're going to the gym. They're not actually training. They're not actually pushing their body. You see them all the time. There's people that walk on the treadmill, and granted, walking's better than nothing, but there's people that have been going to the gym for 5, 6, 7, 8 years that look completely different. And there's people that go to the gyms 5, 6, 7, 8 years that look astronomically or vice versa. There's people that have been going for 5, 6, 7, 8 years that look the same. And there's people that go for 5, 6, 7, 8 years that look completely different. Both have the same gym membership. It's a matter of what they're doing, right? So you have to make sure if you do go to the gym, make sure that you have a plan in place to move you down the line from point A to point B. And so you're not just going there wasting time spinning your wheels. But I know for a lot of people, they go in, it's kind of system overload. They're like, there's 20,000 cardio machines. I guess I'll walk on this for a little bit. Maybe I'll do the bike for a couple minutes. Then I'll hit the bicep curl machine. Maybe I'll do some back flies. And then I guess I'll just walk again. And again, granted, it's better than sitting on your butt. But are you really doing anything? Are you really moving the needle? Are you really moving yourself from point A to point B? Probably not. So make sure you have a plan in place, a specific plan for what you're going to do starting off in 2023. Again, that's in terms of what your results you want are, right? Set that in stone, reverse engineer. What does that mean per quarter? What does that mean per week? And then fitness wise, what am I going to do when I get to the gym? How many days am I going to be working out? Am I going to have a rest day or 2 rest days during the week to kind of recuperate? Nutrition wise, what am I going to eat? Does it mean going higher protein, lower carb? Does it mean intermittent fasting? Does it mean, having a more balanced approach where I'm going to have a couple cheat meals in there, not cheat days? Remember, cheat days should not be in your vocabulary, but make sure that it's balanced, whatever you do, and hold yourself to that. You can't go, I'm going to do this, and then 2-3 weeks in, go, oh, but Susie Q wanted to invite me out to brunch, and we're going to go slam some drinks. You undid everything. You have to hold yourself accountable. People are terrible at kind of shutting down their own brain. I think I've told you guys this, but our brains are amazing machines that can trick us or con us or persuade us into damn near anything. And when you listen to it and you keep listening to it and you don't have the willpower to turn it off, that voice grows and grows and grows. So you have to be with it enough to know this is kind of the weak me trying to push its way out. And you have to go, the strong me is back, and their job is to kind of shut that old voice down. So really make sure that you're holding yourself accountable. Again, doesn't mean that you can't have fun, but if you tell yourself in 2023 that you want to go lose weight going into the year, and then it's 2 weeks in and you're already going out for drinks or lunch or going to get wings again, you're doing the same shit you always did every single year. So until you get from point A to point B, once you get to point B or you're close to point B, celebrate the little milestones. Maybe it's 25 pounds down or 50 down or 75 down or 100 down. But damn it, if you're already 2 weeks in and you're like, oh, I've been doing so good, cheat meal. You don't need a cheat meal for doing the stuff that you've just been doing the entire time. So make sure that you're listening to yourself, your true self, and not just sabotaging yourself the minute there's a moment of weakness that gets inside your brain. Ba, 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 ba. What else, people? Coming in on fire for this one. Geez, that was the nuts and bolts. I just rattled this baby off for you guys. Coming in hot. So, when getting in shape, one thing I'll kind of leave you guys off with. Think of it this way. A lot of people want the overnight success, right? They want to get rich overnight. They want results overnight. They want the cheat code or the magic pill or the formula. In terms of getting in shape, you have to think of this as you're doing this for the rest of your life. Month one, if you haven't worked out in a while, is essentially just the acclimation month, right? That first week, you're probably going to be sore. Second week, you're probably holding on to a lot of water. It's that fight or flight mechanism that goes on when you start working out and your muscles hold on to water. It's normal. Week three, you're kind of feeling good. Week four, it's like, okay, I kind of feel back to myself again. So, month one is just acclimation. Month two is kind of fine tuning it, where you're like, all right, I know the form for X, Y, and Z. I know the rate at what I want to push myself. Month three, think of it as kind of performance. You're starting to feel comfortable inside the gym. You recognize the movements. You're confident now, generally confident. There's always going to be some stuff maybe you have to work on. But as far as getting systems down, knowing what you're doing and your muscles responding nicely, you're not going to be as sore as you first were. So month three is performance. And then week four, think of it as what's the word I'm looking for? Improvement. I guess that's the best way to say it. So, what worked for you in month one in terms of improvement is not going to work for you in month four. Our bodies adapt. Same thing with diet and nutrition. Your body adapts. It tends to get used to things. So, if you think you can still go in with the same intensity, the same weight, the same challenges you did in month one and month four, those results are going to go up, 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 and then they're going to plateau and you're going to be stuck again. So, it's important in terms of improvement to keep challenging yourself, right? So, I guarantee if you can do maybe 20 squats in, let's say, 30 seconds in month number one, you do that in month four, and that's essentially going to be your warm up. So, you have to keep moving the bar and moving the needle. And essentially, you're just going to repeat that cycle again. So, again, month one, acclimation. Month two is fine tuning. Month three is performance. And then month four is improvement. And then you cycle through and cycle through. And again, think of it, breaking it down into quarters. Each quarter, you want to be better. So if in month one, you're hitting, again, 20 squats in 30 seconds, that's kind of your acclimation. By the end of month four, the improvement stage, maybe you're hitting 50, I don't know, 50 is a lot. But let's say 30 squats in 30 seconds. That's your new bar starting off your new month one and quarter two. Acclimation, and then you build your way up, fine-tuning performance and improvement, and you keep doing kind of that wheel around and around and around, and that's ultimately how you get better. And by the end of 2023 next year, you're going to go, holy crap, I actually saw this through because I had a freaking plan, and I didn't just go, I want to lose weight. And then you start off at the gym, you have no plan, just January goes by, and then you're right back to where you started. So my challenge for you guys, 2023, kick some butt, have a game plan, write it down, make actual tangible goals. And even if you fall short of those goals, guys, you're going to be a hell of a lot farther falling short of what your goal is than if you just said, I want to lose some pounds. I want to make some more money. I want to put a new roof on. I don't know when it's going to happen, or kick the can down the road. I want to clean the garage, whatever it is. But you got to write it down. You have to know how you're going to get there. Just like any roadmap, right? It's easy to point at New York and then point to California and go, yep, you just hop in the car and drive straight. You know, over the course of that road, it's up, down, zigzags, roads are closed. So unless you have an actual plan and a map of the road that you have to take to kind of guide you through to the other side, it'll be like if you're driving without a map. You start off okay. All of a sudden you end up in Chicago. All of a sudden you end up in Texas. And it's going to take you 3 times as long than if you actually just wrote it down for yourself and help you move along that way. So hopefully that's a good one to close the year out for you guys. What else? Last one of the year, 2022. Make sure that you take care of yourself, guys. 2023 is the year that you guys knock it out of the park. The old habits, the old whatever that you used to do. I know with, I hate to bring up the past, but with all the chaos of the 2020 and then going onward, this year seemed like it was kind of the first. There's always stuff that gets in the way, but like the first year that like everything just kind of seemed somewhat normal. So 2023, here's another step in the right direction of normalcy. Stay dialed in, guys. Stay focused. Love you. Have a great rest of the year. Behave yourselves. Be safe. Be healthy. And we'll see you all in here next week.